microphone thingy.
Click that thingy.
That thingy.
Now click the thing that says just people.
Just people.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of 10 Forward Weekly, morning edition, because we're trying to find out if the stream will crash at a different time of day. If the stream doesn't crash here, then we're going to figure out. We're still going to do it the afternoon, most likely, but we'll try to figure out.
This is how we figure out game bugs, too. We just try something different.
Different things. Yeah. We're QAing the stream, which will be great when Christian's on here in like 2 weeks. We will finally have a QA tester to QA the stream. So welcome to 10 Forward Weekly. I am your host and also your community manager. My name is Mike Fadum. I'm also known as Ambassador Kel. And I am joined today by...
I'm Ian Richards. Maybe you might know me as Captain Jam Jams on Reddit and our forums and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And you're a ship artist.
I'm a ship artist, FX artist.
Yeah.
Stuff.
You do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, many things.
I do things.
You make stars that go blow up in the middle of ships.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good star blow. Ian, my soda actually. Yeah. Or Ian, that works too. Use the force. Yeah. And who are you?
I'm Nick. I'm Taco Fangs. I'm an environment artist. I'm not a ship artist. But
soon.
We're going to be whiteboxing some ships and speed modeling stuff because why not?
Yeah. And somebody is spamming chat with something.
Gums is rating us.
Oh, who's Gums?
He's a streamer, Mad Gums.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Gums.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for rating. So anyway, I didn't know that rating was a good thing when those first started, so I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Yeah. Fend them off. How dare you?
To the ships! To the balcony! Anyway, we're doing, as you may have seen in the blog yesterday, a pretty cool thing over the next 4 weeks of 10 Forward Weekly. We are going to be bringing in different people from the STO team, all of whom are volunteers and none of whom are ship artists, to take
some of whom aren't even artists.
Yeah, most of whom actually. Very exciting. To be taking a crack at designing or doing what I'm calling a napkin design or a white box design of the summer ship, which is going to be a Rysian science vessel. For those of you who are wondering, that does mean we're pushing out the Rysian T6 cruiser upgrade we were going to do this year for a year, but you'll still get it, don't worry. They will also have a member of the ship team or a concept art team here every week as a special mentor to talk to them about, ship design stuff, to help them with any questions they might have, that sort of thing. And because Nick is a 3D artist, he will be doing his modeling in 3ds Max instead of just drawing it in Photoshop. Probably everyone else will be doing. No, it's good.
I demanded special circumstances for me because I'm important.
It's fine. 3ds Max finished installing about 5 minutes before the stream started.
And I totally have all of my keybinds, so it's going to work great.
Yeah, so why don't you click on with game over there.
With game.
So Ian, what do you...
Real quiet over there.
Oh, it says we're real quiet?
You and I are quiet.
We were quiet, okay.
Yeah.
We'll turn you up then.
How about now?
I'm loud though.
I can be louder. Hello.
I am loud.
Hello, internet.
Can't hear you guys. Cryptic Studios. Mic check, guys. Turn on your mics. Apparently can't hear at all. Maybe.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Can anybody?
All right, we're fine.
Are we doing the intros all over again? Then?
No. I think they heard most of that.
Oh.
Did you guys hear most of that?
Did you guys hear all that, or what?
Did you hear none of that? Someone tell us if you heard all of some of it or none of it.
No, it's fine. Did you guys? Okay, move along. Move along.
Right, so yes, so this.
These are not the droids I'm looking for.
No, this program you now see behind us is 3ds Max.
Yes.
Which Nick will be doing his modeling in. Ian, as we're getting started, from your perspective as a ship designer, what are sort of the essential things you need to think about when designing a Rysian ship?
Well, thankfully we have some reference with Rysian ships.
I'm going to interrupt just for a second because just so people understand, like one of the biggest. Anytime we start anything, we're going to go find references first. So that's the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to just start looking at Googling things and see what I can find. So the first reference that I have...
Oops, pull up the window that's already open.
Oh, that's not the one that I wanted. I wanted the other one.
The other one.
Yes, this one. So I'm going to look at the old Rising ships, and then we'll just start looking for other kind of reference stuff. So continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Always start with, if you have something that exists already, especially with a known species, like we have ships, we've made ships, we have a defined, style.
Yeah.
And that's the basic guideline. We don't want to start from scratch and make something super boxy. The Rysian ships are smooth and slick, right? So we always start there. Know what we're looking at in general. Know what to look for when we're trying to find other inspiration. It's always good to look at other art that has been created out there in the world. There's a ton of it. There's a ton. You know.
This was
Look at
actually
these! Look at these boats!
Wow, they're so pretty.
Boats in space.
Boats in space. This is actually one of my biggest breakthroughs. The two biggest breakthroughs I ever had when learning how to draw, and I'm still not very great at it, but one, drawing is just shapes. You're just making a bunch of
nope,
shapes.
wrong
That's
one.
my Twitter.
Yep. No, my mouse just went somewhere weird. That's all.
You want to a little bit more.
Okay, let me see what I can do here.
I'm glad you're reading that because I'm not reading that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm ignoring all of you.
Yeah, no worries. You're doing art. I will turn this up more. Anyway, the move for the Neverwinter stream yesterday, the audio was fine. Anyway,
Why?
drawing is just
Why?
shapes. You're just putting a bunch of shapes together to make something cool. And B, reference is okay. I thought for the longest time you had to just pull drawings from your head fully formed.
Reference is ideal.
No. Reference good.
Because
Yeah.
when you find finished art somewhere, even if it's just a drawing, like they have gone through the process probably of solving the problems,
Yep.
like of scale, of direction, of there's purpose behind it.
And they probably use reference as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the
And-
best designs are drawn from somewhere, not
Yeah.
from just your mind.
Did that not
alone.
work? That didn't work. Why didn't that work?
What are you trying to find? So
No,
walk us through
I
your process.
thought I was opening this image, but I instead opened an entire thing. Okay, so basically they're boats in space, and they're colorful, and
We've
they're
got a catamaran and a cruise ship.
we have we've got a cruise ship and like a catamaran speedboat,
Yeah.
and we're doing a science vessel. So tell me things that you like about science ships, or what I should be
Sure.
thinking in science ships.
I feel like with these guys,
Boat.
we've got a speedboat, and we've got a cruise liner, which like equate to stuff, right?
I found boats.
Start with boat. But what is a science boat? What is a modern science? Science ship. What's a research boat look like, right? Like we went with
We
the
can do
cruise
that.
liner for the Rizian cruiser.
Yeah.
As well, that makes sense. We went with a Corvette because we're talking about a fast, escorty kind of ship.
Here we go. This is what research boats look like.
Maybe that's
We're
the
doing
kind of
that.
thing we start.
So we're doing Bodie McBoatface.
Boat face, but probably not like a racing boat.
Well,
Right,
that's an
right,
interesting-
but like concept boats and future boats are always cool.
Absolutely.
What science do Ryzians study? They're
The
like
science of relaxation.
partyologists.
A lot of partyologists. That's it. Stream's over.
All right, they are party.
we're-
Yes,
Yeah.
the Ryza
they-
University, known
But I
for
think
their.
they do probably study, like brain chemicals and like, there's probably a lot of like geologists and stuff on Ryza.
Oh yeah,
Study
absolutely.
Ship it.
They kept their planet really, really
Get it?
nice
Ship
and
it?
comfortable.
Ah!
Yeah. They
So
even
maybe
managed to
something-
freeze time at sunset forever.
Yeah, maybe something along the lines of some environmental boat, like doing research.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
you
also
know,
having a cool party on board, right?
Also, we just need a T-shirt
Why
that
did
now
you do
says
that?
Future boat.
Future boat. That's
Future
a great thing
boat!
to say.
Oh, I like that one. The sea spectacles one. That's
This
the
one?
above you.
this one.
Mm.
Yes, same. Oh no, that's
Slightly different, but-
slightly different, but weird. Weird is good.
Real good.
We could also look at like actual other boats and other
That
media.
one's not gonna pop up 'cause you made a new window.
Oh, I'm sorry. How
okay.
dare I make a new window? Floston
Floston
Paradise.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I know what the Floston Paradise
Really?
is.
Oh, shame on you.
Yeah.
You ever seen this movie called The Fifth Element?
Oh, I do know what the Floston Paradise is.
Floston Paradise, super green.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
man.
a big cruise ship, so maybe not so much.
And this was something we used as reference for the Rizian
Of
luxury
course.
cruiser.
Yeah.
Oh, we
The
could
epitome
oh
of a
we could also look at
cruise ship.
Thunder in Paradise. Yes,
Yeah.
the USS Thunder in Floston Paradise. That's what I'm making. There we go.
Just-
Oh nope, that's just all of them.
That's just the Hulk
Boat.
Hogan over and over again.
That could be some inspiration.
Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
Put just a big
Just
mustache.
mustache?
on the boat.
Cool
handlebar mustache.
Absolutely.
Really cool is sort of debatable. A really racist mustache.
This had like that '90s stealth look though, which maybe
Yeah.
isn't so Ryzian, but
Doesn't mean it can't be referenced though.
yeah,
You
no,
still
totally.
see the
Especially when
proportions and the
somebody's
shape
got-
of
Oh look,
freaking
somebody
model.
already modeled it.
it. Nice.
Oh, we could. What are they?
Is there a Knight Rider boat?
I don't know
Because
about
there's-
that.
It just came up as an option underneath Thunder. and
Oh, did it? I
Paradise.
didn't even
Yeah.
look at that. I was thinking racing boats, which is
Well,
kind of what the
here's-
Yeah.
Corvette is.
Corvette is kind of
It's
based
good
on.
to have reference for even things you don't want to do.
Yeah, I think I see Thomas's reference for the T6 Corvette.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what are they? Hydroplanes, right? The
yeah.
Oil boats. Yeah.
No, not well. Hydrofoils are cool too, but hydroplanes are like the super racing ones with the. Yeah, these things where they actually like.
Here, do me a favor. Go over to that browser window. On
Which
the right,
one?
So grab your the other mouse.
Grab my other
Grab
mouse.
your other mouse.
This one.
And go to the inside XSplit. You see the browser window.
This one.
Just go to the corner of it and drag it out until it's bigger.
Oh, okay.
No.
Nope. That's bad.
Okay, click on. You see where it says end user. No, wait. Whoa. Oh, right, because it's on this screen. I'm sorry. Go back to your previous mouse. Click here.
Oh God. I
Right
know. I'm looking for my mouse at this
okay.
point.
Sorry. Nope. One
Yes.
more left.
Okay. We can close that.
Yep.
This one.
That one. Okay, so click and drag that out.
Click and drag
So much learning
this out.
happening.
There we
Hey!
go. Now you can see it.
Check out them boats.
Sweet.
Boats.
But these the hydroplanes, like they actually they're boats, but they have hydrofoils, and so when they get going at speed, they move out of the water to reduce
Kind
drag.
of fly a little bit. Yeah.
And they have these giant stupid scoops on top. Look how
That's
dumb it is.
really
It's so cool.
But that's a really cool science thing. A giant stupid scoop.
Yeah.
Because you could use
We're in a
that.
giant stupid scoop.
Yeah, you could use that to like pick up, Corona dust
Oh,
or whatever.
oh, we could look at other sci-fi science boats. Sequest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I should have specified. I'm sorry, internet. I should have not said the oh, it's DSV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we got cast photos.
Nope, but we got boat photos. It was a big squid.
Submarine kind of thing
There's a
might
Fleet
work
Yards
well.
photo up there. It's probably pretty good.
But I was thinking of like the
It's a
whole.
big squid.
Feel it?
It's a big squid, but like the whole, they got this ball thing in the center, and that's what I was thinking with our
very
science
science ship.
ships, our
Tend to
balls,
have
right?
balls, yeah.
So we gotta have balls and big scoops.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like this is
Okay.
a good
All
direction.
right. Cool. Balls and big scoops.
Balls and big scoops. Click on.
This
there
one.
we go.
Haha.
Hey, it all worked. It
All
worked
right.
beautifully.
Balls and big scoops and
All right.
Thunder in Paradise. All right. So
We have spent 15 minutes on reference. So
I'm-
you either have 45 or an hour and 45
Okay.
remaining, depending on when you want to go.
I mean, everything is speed modeling, so that was speed reference already. So sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
Do it.
We're speed modeling, and we are, and I have no numbers. We are basically what we call whiteboxing, which is like we're going to do some really dirty modeling. It's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be anything that we would put in the game, but it's just going to be like this is to get the general shape of things, and then we'll figure out and how to make it properly later.
The funny thing about this is a lot of times, I'll go to a playtest or something where people say, oh, this level's been whiteboxed or this ship has only been whiteboxed, and kind of give me the, that same speech about how it's not ready. And it'll still look amazing because the artists on our game are super talented. But,
Why is my view rotated?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
that's
don't even know what your U is.
no my view.
Oh, your
My view.
view.
See,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah. Oh,
canted.
yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that. That's
And
weird.
we're all instinctively leaning that
Yeah.
way, too. Look at us. Oh, that's great.
Da, da, da. I don't know. Whatever.
Switch your perspective window to different one. It should just reset to the
Yeah, probably.
and go back and check.
Oh God.
Success.
Yes.
No.
So is 3DS what you guys
No,
use in
I'm
modeling?
doing this
It
one.
feels like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people use Maya, but I use Max, and I'm assuming you
I
use
use
Max.
Max as well. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's kind of our standard.
We want boat shapes.
Ah.
Boat
So
shapes.
Nick, talk to us a little bit about what you're doing while you're doing
I'm moving verts around, and I'm gonna like cut in some more verts.
Verts, folks,
Um,
are points on the 3D shape that
Yeah.
he's making. Allow you to manipulate the 3D shape.
This is a single point, and it is attached to this polygon and this polygon, and so when I move it, it adjusts those polygons around. But I'm just going to kind of drag these into a weird shape, and we'll go from there.
Just like the geometry class, X and Y coordinates.
Yep,
Yep.
but way more fun.
Coordinate, and you have Z.
Way more fun.
Yeah. Lots of triangles.
You said?
But if you put too many triangles, then you get in trouble.
And
I took 2
then
weeks of 3D art class here. I know how it works. I made a botleth in 3D and then didn't post it anywhere.
Nice.
All right, so we've duplicated the shape. So you're making the underside of the boat now, the hull kind of.
I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
making some shapes.
All right, cool. Make away. I'm sorry. I'm just asking.
No, this is we are in unmarked territory at this point. We're just kind of one of the things that Hector, our concept artist, talks about a lot is like just throw symmetries on it until it looks like something.
You'll find all sorts of stuff on accident. They'll
Yeah,
show up.
like I don't know, whatever that is. But you can end up with some kind of cool shapes if you.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I'm moving the whole thing. That's why. Haha.
We kind of got a what was I trying to Section 31 drone thing going on right now.
Yeah.
But you rotated it as I was saying it, so that's gone.
Right.
Good work. Fast art.
We run into that a lot where we're modeling something out, sketching it out, and it ends up looking a lot like some other ship.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that
or
is.
Here we're modeling a gun for the Gemini stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, we ended up with a really cool fighter on accident.
We also, well, I don't know about you guys. I often find myself accidentally making genitalia, and we try not to do that, but it happens.
It does happen. If you ever wonder why, players can't design their own ships, that's why. Because you
'Cause-
do it on
'cause
purpose, we know.
And we
all
try not
played-
to.
We all played sport.
And it doesn't
We all
matter.
saw what happened.
I don't know, like
Ooh.
whatever. I'm starting off with the hydrofoil or the hydroplane, and we'll work from there.
That's cool. I like
So we'll collapse those, and we'll bring those up. Oops,
Oh,
got that
a little too
one.
pointy.
Well, we'll
I
we'll
know. I'm
work on all that
just
in a bit.
providing commentary. As
I know,
There
it's
is
just
a button and you can hit to make it not pointy.
yeah. In fact, here you want to hit here. We'll hit
Yeah,
the
hit the non-pointy
non-pointy button.
Hey! That's what I actually use.
I made a chicken breast.
Or a jetpack, maybe.
Oh, see, I like the jets out the back.
That's good. I think it's a good inspiration.
Yeah. When I made my 3D botleth, I actually had to use Hyper Smooth to make it sharp because it was just too like otherwise, and then the Hyper Smooth flattened everything out to make it look like a blade. That was really fun. I should do more 3ds Max
You
stuff.
should.
It would be great to learn this stuff.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba.
Mama's got to be making chips.
Just
Sat down and did it.
Yep.
I've got a question from we have this lovely and enthusiastic marketing person who is doing their damnedest despite not knowing much about Star Trek. So they asked me a lot of questions, and they asked me just now if the Martok in our game was pre or post losing his eye.
Oh.
Well, way post.
Yeah.
Way,
Yeah.
way,
Yes.
way post. Way. Who?
So I'm just moving points around to kind of change the shape a little bit from what it was, from chicken breasts into something a little bit more pointy and boat-like.
Is this just sort of an aesthetic thing you're going for here, or is there any like?
Everything is
Yeah.
aesthetic. I don't know.
Discovery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we try things.
No, if it was Discovery, it would need to have a rotating circular bit on the front.
We could do that.
We could do that. I'm also, when I started, then the model had a lot of open holes and stuff in it because I just started with a plane. So now I'm kind of closing it up so that we don't have any openings for things to get
Except
in.
for the ones that we want.
Right, except for the water.
Space water.
Cap that.
So is that just a function that automatically closes the gap in between two vertexes?
Yep, there's.
It tries.
It's fine.
Well, no, cap will definitely work. Cap always closes the entire boundary area in a single polygon, but that will often do some really terrible things. So you have to then clean it up afterwards, which is what I'm doing now by connecting verts to create a
I
shape.
like this front shape we're getting now. That's very space whale.
Yep. We've got a space whale already. I was thinking like we're almost at Flight of the Navigator territory at this point too. But we can fix that a little bit here.
When you guys are designing fighters for ships, do you ever just go back to your early model like and say, well, let's take everything before I stuck the greeblies on it and make that a fighter?
Often. Yeah. Hector, when he's doing concept for stuff, he'll do a lot of 3D roughs.
Yeah.
But he keeps all the iterations. He'll work a little bit, and he'll be like, cool, that's interesting. And then he'll
Move
Yeah.
on to the next one.
Yep.
And then copy it, and
Yep.
then continue growing.
Totally.
And then by the end of us like getting a chance to sit down and look at it,
There's jokes.
100 variations.
There's jokes in the concept artist territory specifically, but okay.
It's losing time.
Quick save.
Yeah.
Actually, not a bad plan.
Space
What is the most
whale.
important thing to know about making art, folks? Save all the time.
All the time.
Every minute.
Max does weird things, and it has an auto back feature, auto save feature basically,
But sometimes-
but it does not always work the way that you
Premiere
want it
and
to.
After Effects are the same way. Just sometimes they'll just forget.
Yep. Hey, it's perfect.
The vertex lines
Yeah, I
on the
don't
back
know.
of your
I think it's-
engine things kind of look like propellers, which is making me wonder how you would make a propeller engine for space.
Ooh. Well, we just make a propeller.
Right, I know, but
Make,
like
make them glow, and we'll make them
yeah,
spin.
there you go.
We'll have a
There
bunch
you
of
go.
trails.
And that's
That
the
sounds sciencey.
hyper ion.
Oh yeah, we were gonna throw a ball in this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's throw a ball in here. Make ball.
That's the ship. It's
Science
done.
ball.
It's done. It's just a planet with 2 warp engines. Tell me you wouldn't buy a planet with 2 warp engines. You would.
Sphere builders would be proud.
Oh God, what did I hit? Oh, I'm so not used to this mouse. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was a present from a fan. It actually was. They were. Super
Oh,
cool. They
that
were
is
like,
in the wrong
Hey,
spot.
you suck at our game, but this mouse will make you slightly better. And they were right.
Aligned object.
I apologize, by the way, for not responding in chat very much. I can't really see it from over here.
Yeah, we're in a
Nick
weird,
is super busy.
weird
I don't
place.
want to make him look at chat.
So what happened here is I had been modeling this off of whatever shape I just kind of started with, and then I mirrored it, and I moved the mirror around. And so the pivot point was over here. And when I tried to align the ball to the center, or to the model, when I would think would be in the center, it actually aligned it to the pivot point, which was over here. So now I've recentered the pivot point on this. So now I can realign this so that it's actually centered.
Right.
And so that's what happened. Let's see, that turned into not a round thing. Why did that? Sphere.
How much of 3D modeling would you say is just saying, well, delete that and start over?
It's not usually start over, but it's, yeah, there's a lot of like, well, that's not right. I need to change that.
Yeah, undoing them.
Undo or, yeah, that's something I didn't check on here. I bet your undo levels are set to 20, which is not sufficient.
Oh.
We set these to like 200.
Is that how far it'll go back in undoing?
I mean, you can probably go, yeah, it's how many it remembers, basically. Let's see, I don't like that crotch thing.
It's dad pants.
Let's see, I'm not a huge fan of how this is going, so let's try doing some more symmetry nonsense now that we've got a better shape going. Let's see, we can do...
Kind of like the tri-engine look you sort of had going for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a good way to go.
Trimaran.
Even if there's symmetry on it. More symmetry.
More symmetry.
I'm telling you, like,
Oh,
this is the thing, is you
Ooh.
find some interesting things, right?
That's starting to look very Star Trek-y.
Let's try.
Oftentimes when we're working through concepts like this, we'll kind of discover the thing that the ship does. Maybe it's a power, maybe, and suddenly inspired by what.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm digging this.
That's why that's one of the things that I always found super interesting about watching the ship team and the systems team work in concert is that, like, it'll go either one of two ways. Like, they'll say, okay, here's the model, Jet, take a look at this model and figure out what it does. Or Jet will be like, well, we know what this ship does. You guys have to figure out a model to go with that.
Yeah, we go back and forth. There's no set standard, which is good. It helps us keep things fresh and continuing to try new things and be inspired by it.
So what we're going to do is we're actually going to keep the sphere outside the ship, and the ship will be constantly orbiting the sphere.
That could be a mode. It's sphere separation.
Sphere separation?
Yeah.
And then it explodes into a lot of smaller spheres.
It's just a pizza launcher at that point.
Spheres.
Yeah.
And then once your game crashes, it's done enough spheres.
Oh God, this is terrible.
Don't worry about it.
Is it terrible though?
No.
Is it?
No.
Is it?
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying the whole model. I'm just saying that this cleft that left.
Listen, a lot of people pay good money for clefts in their starships. Okay.
I don't know about that.
Don't cleft shame.
I don't know about that. Okay. The other thing we can always do is just like add on more parts.
Yes.
So let's make a big hood, big scoop, because we like the scoop.
Ooh, let's scoop, yeah.
Okay. Box.
Box.
Box goes there. Poly.
I am kind of amazed the amount you have done already. It's only been like 10 minutes since you started modeling.
Oh my God, Max! Why are you doing things?
Save!
Oh, that's where the camera. Like, did you see it? It was like it was fine, and there was like, nope, other way.
Oh God, it's
So I think something in the background is grabbing attention.
might be XSplit. I'm not sure. This is literally something I've never done before. By the way, folks, for those of you who are excited by
I don't know.
upgrades
I
to
think
the
I broke it.
Master
Hey!
You want to click on the just people over there while we're fixing this?
Of course. That's exciting.
Don't worry.
Oh, I can't with
the
that
second
mouse.
mouse.
Yep, the other mouse. Just people.
Takes a second. There we go.
Hey!
Da, 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 da. Max has crashed in. We're doing a dance. Do you think the save went off before you? Hey, it's my turn. It's my job finally.
I'm gonna take off my sweatshirt too because I'm getting warm. Oh my God! I'm sorry. This is probably being loud because.
We're modeling spaceships.
How do we tell it back to max when we want to back to max?
Hopefully it'll just pick it up automatically.
Okay.
But launch Max first, and we'll find out.
Yep, it's launched. Just takes time.
Just takes a second.
Yeah.
We should have a Max crash counter for these streams.
Go for it, man.
This is the only one.
That's number one.
Max, but here, you want me to throw that on the table or something?
Nah, that's fine. Here. Hello.
And then you're gonna have to scoot back towards Ian so you're actually on camera.
Fine. God. Nobody wants to look at my face anyway.
Everyone wants to look at your face. That's the whole.
Out of my way, Ian. People want to look at my face.
Can't move.
God.
We're all trapped.
Okay. Back to max.
Next streaming room upgrade is going to be room for more people.
Let's see if we have. Do we have a mouse? No, my mouse is
Stuck over there.
stuck over there. Is there a controller connected to this or something?
I don't think so. Shouldn't be.
Marvelous.
What's going on?
My mouse is over here. See it?
Oh yeah, it's not coming out.
Nope.
Well, that's
What's
interesting.
going on?
That's not something I've seen before.
Oh, people can see it though.
Whoa.
Look at my mouse.
Whoa.
Woo!
Whoa! It's doing a dance. Well, they can't because we're actually
Oh.
people. Over
Yay.
there.
Okay.
Hey! Can you click on with game on your other mouse?
Oh, yes. Ba ba da ba. Hey!
Functions.
Welcome back,
Okay.
3DS.
We're being very loud. It's fun.
Yeah.
Space boat.
Space boat.
Okay.
It saved everything. All right. Good job.
I was
Nice.
working
Yeah.
on this to make a scoop. Scoop.
Scoop John B.
Boop.
That was a reference to a song from before I was
Boop.
born. I was gonna say before many of you were alive, but
Nope.
actually our game tends to skew a little older. I've discovered.
Da da da. Ba 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 ba.
Those hotkeys are working.
Ba.
Yeah, look at that. Look at those
Cap.
hot keys.
That's a great scoop.
That's
I'm just
that's
gonna
a
leave it there.
periscope is
So,
what that is.
so this is normally where we turbo smooth it, so it turns into something smooth. But nope, we're just gonna leave it. It's gonna be square.
periscope.
Square scoop.
On Ryza, square is science.
We need fins,
Nobody on
man.
Ryza is ever square.
We need fins. Fins to go with our scoops. Sorry, I'm just gonna give this kind of a better nose. Give it a nose job. Da, da, da. Nope. Oh, that's terrible. That I don't know why that did that. There's a lot of those there. Ba, ba, ba. And let's give this all one smoothing group.
Smooth operator.
Yes. Okay.
Actually, don't know
You
if that
guys
song's also
can
from before I
do
was born.
that.
I don't know how old Manhattan Transfer is. They're just the band that my dad listened to in the
Let's
car.
do that.
So we're doing minor adjustments to the front here just to get the line you like?
Yeah, basically get something that I am okay with.
All right.
Just so that we have like a prow to the space boat.
Mm.
Space boat.
Put a little science figurehead on there.
Something like that. Oh gosh.
We make a science spearhead that actually has a spearhead.
Da, da, da. Oh, it's pointy. That turned out more pointy than I meant, but that could be cool.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Okay. Then we need fins.
So many fins.
Box. Everything starts as box.
Everything starts as box,
There's a
except for
reason they call it
spheres.
box modeling.
Box.
Don't
Nope.
say-
Max should be saving for me, damn it.
It should, but also.
Also
All right.
yeah.
But also no. Okay. Fins. Fins. I don't know. Something like that.
Okay.
And then we can do this, and we can do that.
Ooh,
And
look
then
at
and then we can do this.
Whoa!
You nerds.
Well done, sir. Well
I
done.
love you.
It's funny because it sounds like we're overreacting, but for me at least, this is super cool to watch. It's just like it's kind of a form of magic. Just like I'm gonna take shapes and then make something super cool out of them.
And then let's.
Turbo smooth.
Oh, I can't
save,
be.
save.
Are you like? Is there a key you're hitting or something?
No, I'm not doing anything. It's not my fault. And look at this. What is happening? Ah!
Okay, that last one. Hang on now.
Leave me alone. I just want to model. Just want to eat grubs.
Kuna Matata.
Turbo Smooth's going to do stupid things to the top.
Oh, wow.
It looks like cat ears. Okay, so
Well,
let's
vacation
do
ship,
this, and then, oh god, we lost all of our preferences. Thank you for crashing, Max. We love you so much. Go away. I don't care about you. Stop it.
You hear that? Nick doesn't care about
So
you, man.
this will constrain to edges. So when I move these edges, they will stay inside of the model.
Neat.
So I'm just going to put them up there because that will help Turbo Smooth not do dumb things. Nope, that's unwrap. This is Turbo Smooth.
Hey,
Yay!
look at that.
Okay,
Nice and smooth.
so then I'm going to set the pivot point for this to, see, it's forgotten everything. To that. I'm
Symmetry
going
the heck out of it.
to convert all this to poly. I'm going to move all of this to 0, 0, 0. Having everything at 0, 0, 0 makes it easier to adjust things later.
Oh, you did, by doing that, you did move your ball back into your ship.
I did. We can adjust that
I don't know
later.
if that's intentional. It is an interesting shape.
No.
And it looks
Nothing
like...
wrong with asymmetry.
Yeah.
We're going for it.
Ba, ba, ba,
We don't have any
sim,
predetermined
flip.
rule set for these guys.
Oh, that's maybe.
Heel.
That might-
Hey, oh, that's kind of cool.
Double trimaran.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
See?
see 2 spots for deflectors.
Yep, see, we can do things like that. That'll work.
And it's a science ship, so that works.
Absolutely. The more the merrier.
What if we do crazy things?
Yeah, do it.
Ooh.
Okay, crazy things. How much did I rotate that? Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 25. Great.
So you're remembering that so you can click on other things and auto-rotate them 25?
No, I can't auto-rotate it, but I need to rotate it back so that we're back even. Otherwise, it's going to be crazy town. And so I need to know the half of 25, which is...
12.5. I'm a community manager.
Oh,
I do not math.
that's the wrong way. 12.5. Oh, that didn't look like
Oh,
it.
it's because symmetry doubles your rotation.
Oh, you're right. So it was 25. Haha.
5.
All right.
25. 25.
Hey!
Yeah, turns out geometry is actually very important for us and our work, weirdly enough. Okay,
Lots of math.
so this, and then I want to, it says that it, oh, right, we didn't actually symmetry off of that. So let's do this, and let's reset X-forms on all of this
Yeah,
junk.
this is looking pretty cool.
Ba,
It's
ba,
kind of
ba.
got a skiing look to it now. Like.
Oh,
this
we
is-
can make that way better.
Manta ray to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Ba, ba,
Got
let's
those weird little,
set
like,
this.
jowl scoops,
Yeah.
which is cool.
You've got a weird little
Someone
jowl
else posted
scoop.
Geometry in chat, which I agree with.
I don't want grids.
So I
I
gotta
want
remember for
vertex
next week's
and
stream, someone
pivots.
remind me on Twitter to wear my glasses, because then I'll be able to read that chat.
Okay. Nope.
For I am old and have glasses now. All right, Nick, what are you doing? I see a lot of.
I'm trying. Max is dumb.
Dying of frustration.
All his settings and keybinds.
Yeah,
are
just
bound to
enable
crash.
access
Working on
constraints.
computers.
Oh,
I was trying to set the pivot point back to the center of this so that we can set everything else to the center of that.
got it.
But it was not working. And so now I think it's there. If we do this again, we're back at 0, 0, 0.
Yeah.
Things actually look aligned. We're going to throw our ball out of here for a second. And we're going to work on our fins, because fins are awesome.
Yes. One of my favorite
Swedes, too. Okay, so that will go there.
I'm feeling it. This is cool.
Yeah.
It's coming together.
And then from there, we can mirror that. Oh, nope. Got to do something else first.
More symmetry.
Close. We're going to make more fins, because fins are rad.
Sweet.
I need a horn here, here, and here. You can never find your horn when you're mad. Whoop.
I see you're agreeing with 50s car designers.
I'm agreeing with Homer
More
Simpson.
fins.
Homer Simpson, car designer. Okay, so now when we mirror that, ba.
Oh man, this has got a very retro future to it.
It does.
Which I like
It does.
A lot.
Okay. I don't like the weenus. Let's get rid of the weenus.
Goodbye.
That is a technical term in the art world, folks.
Uh,
We super zoomed in on the crotch now.
well, you have to sometimes. I mean, you just no way around it.
So now we're smoothing out all these points.
Yep. We could maybe convert that into something. We could turn that into a shuttle bay or something,
Yeah,
maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah, plenty of room.
So that's
A lot of this work is definitely implying shapes and bits.
yeah. Like I didn't have a plan to put a shuttle bay back here, but now that I see that that's there, then
Could be,
then
yeah.
Really good
Looks
stuff.
great.
oops. Then why not?
Or a giant exhaust port for your scoopy scoop.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bevel that. 0 and sure. And we won't do that
right.
again.
So what was that you just did twice?
Beveling. Beveling, what we've done so far is pretty brute force. We've just been moving polys around and then symmetrying things. Beveling is how we can do insets of things. So it's how I made the scoop, but I guess I didn't talk through that. So let's remake the scoop because that will be quick. So I made a box. Boop. And then we convert that box to editable poly, so I can actually mess with the actual polys of it. I deleted one face. I now selected what's called a ring, so it's edges, but it's edges that aren't connected or don't have a face connected to them. I can drag those up. I can recap that. I can delete this face. I can grab those edges, drag those out, and then I can. Well, I guess I didn't do this earlier. I can cap it, and then if I select that polygon, I can bevel this in or out
So
by
beveling
some amount.
decides how much of a hole you're making and where you're putting it.
Yeah.
Neat.
And so now
Lots of
if
different
we,
ways to do the same thing.
yeah, there are a lot of ways to do the same thing. That is maybe too big. So
Maybe a
we'll
little.
shrink that down a bit. Stop it.
Safe.
No, that was me hitting a button on the mouse, which I'm
For sure, but
yes, save is good. Okay, so we're gonna drag that up, and we're gonna make that wider,
oh.
and then we're gonna scoop doop,
All right.
poopity scoop
Got that nice air duct.
the
going
back
there.
part a bit. Something like that. We can mess with this later. And I think I'm also going to do something like that.
There we go.
Oh, no, because the whole thing is doing this, so we should do it the other way. We do the insides of this. Make sure I'm not getting the back there.
Yep. Selecting in 3D is very weird because sometimes you select things you aren't even looking at.
Yep.
Oh, there
And so now if we turbo smooth that,
Ooh,
we
look
get
at that.
our
One more iteration. Extra smooth.
yeah. So I put a turbo. This is Max works with modifiers, so there's a lot of these. Come on, Max! All these modifiers that you can throw onto things that can stack on top of each other. So this is the modifier stack.
Yeah.
Turbo smooth is one modifier, but I can tell it to how many times to smooth over again,
Oh.
to the point where it gets into
So much smoothing.
it can get into crazy town.
Yeah.
So, and the cool thing is that like, okay, so that's all smooth, that's neat, but I feel like this is a little thin around here. So I can go back to the editable poly and I can select these inner faces and shrink them to make the outside a little bit thicker. And then as soon as I go back to turbo smooth,
Oh, yeah.
it's now thickened up. And I feel like even though it was on top with the hydrofoil,
Putting it underneath.
yeah, let's see what that looks like. Oops. Oh, but I have the turbo smooth, so I'm going to collapse that. And
Yeah.
I can do
Now
something
it's
like
very
that.
deflectory.
Yeah.
We can scoot it forward or we can scoot it backwards. I don't know. It might feel a little,
I think backwards might feel a little what you're worried about.
yeah. And we can
I'm
also,
not gonna say it out loud. Chat's gonna figure that one out on their own.
we can also just scoot it up into it so it feels a little bit more like part of things. Let's scoot those down. Okay.
How's this looking from the player's perspective right now? You're applying it around there.
Looks like there's a ball in the way. Come on, Max. Be nice.
You have to talk very nicely to Max.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know.
That's neat.
Looks like a 1990s, Star Fox clone.
Yeah, or that ship from Babylon 5. But that's cool.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a new idea. Oh, I just moved it.
So I have a question. I have a thought about your ball.
Okay.
We don't have a bridge yet on this guy.
Correct. I'm going to add all of these parts that I've made that I'm fairly satisfied with. They're still separate geometry pieces, but they're now all one model, which means that we can do cool stuff like, oh yeah!
Yeah. Bam.
Oh man.
I like it.
That's crazy.
I'm already
That's
back.
super cool.
I like it more.
Yeah.
That's like a dart now.
Right. And yes, you're right that we could totally make a spherical. I don't know. The sphere just doesn't seem like it's fitting anymore.
Well,
and
the whole thing is so aerodynamic now. The sphere might be.
And the sphere is that's pretty Federation specific. I think that we do the science spheres. But I feel like we could do.
Although I would be amused to see a Klingon ship with a science death sphere, giant hurt ball.
We can definitely go the route of something sphere-like. Like the electric cruiser has the big atrium area on top.
Let's do. Oh no,
Someday
that's gonna be
bridge.
very.
Glorious.
Yeah.
Someday when Nick has unlimited time, when we invent time travel and time
What am I doing? I missed it.
Building the atrium as a bridge for the
Oh,
rising ships.
that'd be cool. Let's do some hydrofoils because hydrofoils are rad.
Hydrofoils are rad.
So I'm going
Would you say
to
the number one
align this.
rule of ship making is radness?
Yes. Is it awesome? No? Make it more awesome.
Make that about 20% cooler.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of lead review meetings are like that.
Form is important, but spaceships with weird parts and smooth hulls are illogical. So
Yeah.
coolness has to take precedent.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just made a plane basically. I'm going to stretch this out. I'm going to connect it, and then
Subspace foil. That's
just
what it's called.
that's.
Subspace foil.
Yeah.
Oh, see, coming in with the techno babble already.
That's part of my job. It's actually what I do on Champions. Every now and then, Julia will just be like, "Hey, this guy needs a backstory," and then I'll just write one in like 2 seconds. It's weird.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. Ooh, I kind of like it floating underneath the ship a little bit.
Maybe
Do
there'd be
what
a
you
power.
want. Do what you want.
No, this is the whole point. That's what hydrofoils do. They are, I mean, they're attached on struts, but they are separate pieces, so that they're wings that go underwater, and so it creates lift, and it lifts the whole boat out of the water, which creates less drag.
Neat.
So.
Power happening. You hit your button, and the hydrofoils extend out.
Yeah.
The ship loses all its friction.
Your turn rate is insane.
Yeah.
And I think we can also.
You become a full pilot ship for you get a super high turn rate and a super high inertia, so you're just like.
I'm sorry, Chad. I'm paying no attention to you. I feel bad,
The Fast and the Furious Rising and Drift.
Okay, so then we've got that. Let's shell that. No,
I think
let's
people are fans of that.
turbo smooth and then
Got a
shell.
suggestion. Someone saying dupe it to make a quadrifoil.
Yeah, no, we'll totally add a second one in back. Nope, don't want to push. Calm down.
Yeah, these cool bits on it.
Yeah, little lines like connecting it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could totally. I guess we could just make them detached. I was going to add struts there, but we could totally just make them.
Energy struts.
They push out.
Oh, yes, that's a cool idea. Let's do that. Let's do this and like that, and we come back to there, and we rotate this around and over, and down there.
I feel like when you zoom in on a model like that, it's kind of like watching one of those pro Overwatch players, like no scope with a widow. It's just like, whoa, how did you get there so fast?
Lots of practice.
It becomes instinct for sure.
Yeah, we could totally do.
I'm getting a little bit of the Nebuchadnezzar Matrix.
That's exactly what I was kind of thinking of too. Was
That was a dope ship.
oops, nope, don't do that.
Very alive.
Yeah.
Bevel, not that.
Hard to achieve for sure.
Yeah. Especially for a ship that didn't really get a lot to do in those movies.
Right.
Quick,
Except
activate
run
the
and crash
EMP
into stuff.
again.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can do
Weston,
something
we're
like
making something for you to animate.
potentially, yeah.
I think we should definitely do
Um,
something to animate.
Yeah.
Because the luxury cruiser has the warp sails that pop open.
Yeah.
Right?
That's dope.
So I think
So we
something to
can
that,
do-
like
oops,
intensity,
oh god.
complexity will be cool and very doable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to setting this thing's pivot
To the center.
to that.
So that when
And
you duplicate it,
then-
it goes on the other side.
Yeah.
We can mirror that. Great.
That
And
is
this
really
is
cool.
too long, so we're gonna lop those off. Oops. And we're gonna
Ah.
do no. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
'cause I'm
definitely
mesh.
seeing some crazy like Ryzian lightning going between the sled and the ship.
Yes.
Now, just to warn everyone, when I first told Hector about this idea and that he'd be turning the ship into a concept at the end, he did sort of look at me and say, "You realize I'm going to have to change everything."
and we
We'll see
totally
what
accept that.
happens.
So
Yeah. That's the reality.
We will be
Um,
doing a 5th stream showing off Hector turning this into a concept when that's on his schedule, which I think is sometime in April, so maybe pretty quick after these streams.
and then let's taper the ends a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I need to go. I need to bring the front back. That's what I need to do. Oh, this is even better. This is easier. A lot of times there are like, you can do it one way, you can do it another way, you can do it a different way, and then there's like the fast way to do it. So I can just do this, and then
Oh, yeah. There you go.
that does everything I was trying to do the slow ways. Okay, so then we can take all of this and maybe if I can find my thing, there we go. Attach our little strut things, and we can just bring it back and do it again.
All right.
If we want a couple of
Second
those.
strut to the right and straight on.
In fact, I think I'll get rid of the lower
Being
fins.
too crowded.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's feeling sciencey.
Is it? I don't know about that.
I
think it's feeling Ryzian, maybe.
Says, "Shut up and take my walnuts." So
Because, you know, they're space spoilers,
yeah,
essentially, right?
that's a spoiler, by the way, guys.
In fact, we could potentially just like
Yay.
do that.
I mean,
Whoa,
cool.
that's actually kind of cool too.
That's like almost like sail barge kind of
Yeah.
shapes now too. We could do that and then do this. Oh God, wrong one.
And then duplicate the whole ship and make 2 ships on the other.
Yes.
No, we just bring the symmetry modifier back out and,
Yeah.
you know,
All right.
I don't know. That's kind of neat.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The old symmetry.
All right, ready for symmetry? Yeah!
Oh!
No.
No.
You can symmetry in all sorts of directions. Oh God, what's going on? Nope, reset.
Everything.
Symmetry. Nora, nope, that one. I don't know. I'm just playing to see what we get.
That's
We're,
interesting.
we're back to the thing that it
Yeah.
already was. Oh, see, like
Mm.
that's pretty cool.
All right.
I like the pointy hydrofoils, subspace foils.
Yes, subspace whales.
We lost our scoop, but that's okay potentially. So this is what we do. We say, okay, well that's kind of neat, but I want my scoop back. So I'll go back and I'll just clone this off to the side. And because it's a modifier stack, I can just delete that modifier, and there's my scoop.
Okay.
And so we can keep this. How far did I rotate that? Let's look at it from the front, and we'll turn it around like that. Oops. Oh, have I been working upside down the whole time? I guess I've been working upside down the whole time. Weird. All right.
That's how it work.
Yeah. It's all about
Okay, I like that. And then we can scoop down the middle, or salvage scoop. The other thing that's handy with this is we can like save this version for later if what we're doing we don't end up liking. Yeah, totally. And often you'll see that in concept work, especially if you look at Hector's stuff. He will have 1,000 iterations of what this ship could look like.
Yeah.
And you'll see all of those.
That's often how previous, choose the version this ship will take. Things have gone because Hector will just draw up 500 top-down images and then pick one or pick 10 and then we'll narrow it down from there
and explore them.
Yeah.
I like that, but I want to make this whole area into one solid chunk.
Yeah,
so
you're gonna cap it? How are you doing that?
I'm gonna. So these are edges. These little white lines are edges. I can double-click an edge, and it will select a loop that all go in the same direction. And so I can select this loop, which I think is everything I want, except I don't want to cut off the engine bits, probably. And I can then do that loop, and then undo all of this that I don't want to cut.
And so now you've got just the stuff on top and selected.
And now I can hit split, and it basically just broke the model at that point. Oh, I missed something.
Right in there.
No.
Or the back middle.
Back middle, maybe?
Right there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'll have to split these.
Undo our favorite.
Yes.
Our
Undo
best
everything.
friend.
Yeah, I could do that. I think that's it, so I'm going to do that. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to undo.
With the bird in the corner of those. Actually, you should be good.
So we said 80% of ship design is looking rad. Is the other 20% hunting for the thing you forgot to select?
The other 20% is hitting undo. All right, 1,
Select
2,
everything?
3,
Oh, I did
4,
select everything.
5.
Oh no, I selected everything.
Split.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh God! And there's
Selecting one extra thing and like working for a while, and then realizing later that there's one little point in space in the back corner that you've ignored for an hour and a half.
Oh, no.
or you accidentally had everything selected when you hit delete on that one thing that you didn't realize it because it was all out of view, and then you work for an hour, and then you're like, where did all of my stuff go?
Well, my favorite
And
thing-
I only had 200 levels of undo. I can't get back to it.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna delete that, and then we can fill this back in with the cap tool, which will do crazy things. It makes one big polygon. This is what we call an n-gon.
Yeah.
N-gons have more than 4 verts, basically. So you have a triangle, which has 3 verts, and you have a quadrangle, which has 4 verts, and then you have n-gons, which have more than that. And the problem with n-gons is that Max is trying to decide how I want this to be triangulated, and you can see that it like puts this big stupid triangle there and a big stupid triangle there, and that is not how I want it to do it, but it doesn't really understand that. So I have to go in and I tell it, no, I want these things connected that way, and eventually we can tell it all of this, and then it will be back to all of these being quads or whatever.
Yeah. Actually, the split in the front is kind of cool.
That could be cool.
I think we can exploit that probably.
Yeah.
I'm liking the mass in the middle. Like that.
Yeah, I think that
Spotlight
helps.
windows and whatnot.
We've lost our shuttle bay, but we can
Always make a new
recreate one.
The ship is probably going to be pretty decently sized. Like
Yeah.
300, 400 meters long.
Yeah.
So like a shuttle bay doesn't have to be very big. That's one thing we have a challenge with often. Constantly have to consider the scale of something.
Yeah.
You know,
The worst is there any? You ever designing a ship when you don't know what the scale is at first?
Yep. Sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah. 'Cause some types of ship vary pretty widely. You know, It's a
Yeah.
cruiser. Well, that could be 200 meters.
Anything.
It could be 1,500 meters. We don't know.
What if we take these guys and shrink them, or we
Like it,
go
like the
longer,
engines inside. Yeah.
and
top engines
we
is-
keep the lower ones longer?
Yeah. That looks good from the
Yeah.
player's view, right? Yeah. I like the engines.
Yeah, and we could totally, like, this could be the nacelle,
Mhm.
potentially. So what we can do, like, this is where we get into, beveling. So I can take all of these and bevel, and you might be saying, like, hey, Nick, you're only doing it on one side. Well, that's cool, but I'll just symmetry it later because it's all symmetrical, so who cares? Which is why things like the Breen ships must be a nightmare to work on because there is no symmetry on that.
Mm.
It's a lot more ship to design.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oops.
Why are all your ships symmetrical? Well, so we don't go insane.
Right.
Yeah.
We only want to make happy.
The coronavirus.
So we'll call that the nacelle.
Cool. That's
And
the warp grill.
yeah, we'll do the. And it'd be cool too because you can do the warp grill on the inside too and have the glow.
Oh yeah.
The glow on the inside from the.
We love doing that.
Yeah.
Anytime we can get some glow.
Oh god, it's freaking out again.
Oh no! Save! 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 Save!
Ah! It's just like on the show where they like pretend that they're being attacked and everybody's shake left, shake right.
As long as one person.
There was an
actually
episode
goes
of,
the
I
wrong
think it
way.
was Tabletop that had Jerry Ryan on, and so she and Will just all of a sudden started going,
Oh yeah.
Shutter, hit!
There was a behind the scenes of Picard show where Patrick Stewart was demonstrating for all the newbies like, how to do it properly. So he had 7 seasons of experience.
Oh man. Somebody just shows him the stabilized footage.
Yeah,
That's still
those are great. The TOS ones are even better.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Spoopity
Scooping.
scoopity poop,
Spoopy spoop.
something like that. Cool. Okay. So then we will symmetry again, but not like that.
Your transforms.
Yep. So this is where, if you talk to anybody with working in Max, you have to reset your transforms all the time, reset X forms. Basically, there's all sorts of transformation data, movement, rotation stuff that we've done to this, and it remembers all of that, sort of. And so when you do something like a symmetry, it's like, well, you mean this angle, right? And like, no, start
not
over.
that, please.
So the reset X forms is like, no, start over. We're back to a fresh model with everything being orthogonal. And now when I symmetry, it will be less crazy. But I want to make sure that I symmetry the correct side. So if it's not the right side, I can hit flip. And now it will take that.
Also, the bonus is saying reset your X forms totally sounds like something a common rider would yell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're getting someplace.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking ship.
I feel it.
Let's see.
Lots of room on top for some
Greeblies.
greeblies of interest. Yeah. And with these ships, especially, we try to have at least some large flat surfaces because of all the customization options. we
Oh,
have
yeah,
for them.
yeah, yeah.
All the different paint pattern options and whatnot. So we don't want it to be over detailed. When
Yeah.
it comes to line breaks and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the ship team has time this time to do 3 or 4 different crazy paint jobs for this ship like we did last year.
Yeah, we definitely want
That
to
was
add
fun.
more. The more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
And update the old ships with the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Rizian ships were the beginning of us adding all the colors to the paint jobs. I don't know if you guys remember, but
No, I didn't
once
know
upon a time, the ship color palette was really small.
Yeah.
And it was
Because really,
it
in
was a
Star
bummer.
Trek, the ship color palette
It
is
was-
really small.
Yeah. So.
I'm going to get that Batwing
Yeah.
balloon grabber.
Dig it.
Something like that.
It's definitely got getting a face, this ship.
It's not the prettiest, but it's a face.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting design.
I don't know.
It's coming together.
Yeah.
Getting
It
there.
has the speedboat feel to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
But still feels like something you'd park and
But
send some
yeah,
submarines
it's
out
a
of.
little bulky, right? So it's
Oh
just
man,
cool.
have we ever done a science carrier? Because like this thing having even just one like research boat it could send
Right.
out would be
They're not designed,
hilarious.
right? I mean, I feel like
Oh god, we
design has not decided anything
Yeah.
about
we
this.
can
We're
go
free.
we can go Yellow Submarine and do like oh, you guys can't see me pointing at things. Do like circular launch bays along the side
Oh,
so they look
yeah.
like portholes.
Heck
See
yeah,
what
let's
it's
do
like.
it.
Hold up. Right out.
I'm
Worst
gonna-
case scenario, you get rid of
You
it.
gotta get rid of the fins to make a port base?
No, I need to adjust them. They ended up too vertical for my taste. I need that
I wasn't sure if
YF22.
you were
Yeah.
like, oh, we're having portholes, we can't have fins.
Nope.
My artistic sensibility will only allow for one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, we want F22, not F14.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool. I dig it.
And yes, all of our ship design team are super military nerds.
Oh,
I
Um,
feel like that's one of Thomas's questions. Like, is your favorite movie Top Gun? You're hired.
pretty close.
That's true.
Okay, so yeah, let's do some science portholes.
Science portholes.
All right.
You heard me.
For science.
Changing the norm.
Whoop. rather than science spheres, we're doing circles.
Yeah.
So I made a cylinder and I turned it sideways, and I don't need nearly that much geometry. 12 is plenty. And we will move it. Boop. And then I can do that. And then we can do this.
Yeah. Obviously, these portals will be glowing and whatnot, right?
Oh, totally.
So, yeah. That's how you know they're sciencey.
Yes.
It's not a window. It's a glowing color.
No, we could totally. I mean, this is something we probably wouldn't do with the white box because it'd be a pain in the butt. But on the real model, like those could be inset, and you could just have a ring glow on the inside that's lighting up everything that's coming out of it.
Absolutely.
So this is maybe.
And if the ship has some power, things could shoot out of them.
Oh yeah, flames. Oh, wait, I'm sorry,
Flames.
wrong event ship.
Water jets.
Water flames. we just put some oil in the water and then set it on fire.
Cool.
I did love when we made those amazing Fakiri ships, the amount of people that were like, there shouldn't be fire in space, but this looks too cool, I can't complain about it.
It's demons.
Like the science nerd wanted to come out, and they were like, I can't.
Oh yeah.
It's the metal is too strong.
Yeah. The Fakiri ships were definitely like we gotta like not worry about
Yeah,
it. We gotta
yeah.
magic hand wave
Yeah.
the reality of it.
Space demons.
Yes, it's space
You
demons.
can tell me that the Dominion created the Fakiri,
Mhm.
but I just think you're a liar.
All right.
Ooh.
3 or 4. Three is good.
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three.
I think
3 is
just
right.
maybe the third one needs to come down a tiny bit. Even though it's in the right line, it looks like it's off for some reason.
Okay.
Now
Might be
it is
crazy.
feeling a little bit small now. Because they feel like portals,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I mean, great. There are definitely other ways, tons of ways to make it not feel like they are a porthole. Like when there are windows on the hall, you might not look that way, or if they're just a big glowing bright color.
And it's just a really
okay.
nice addition to the shape. Like that really
Absolutely.
smooths it out.
I'm totally getting Flash Gordon out of this though. I don't care.
Flash!
Something like that. Yeah, we should probably do a bridge cake of some sort.
A bridge cake?
Bridge cake.
Is that what y'all call it? Bridge cake?
Yep.
That's great.
Do you have a favorite bridge cake?
I don't. I mean, the D will always be my original bridge cake, but I like the Voyager, and I mean I'm a Nova fan, so I like the Nova's bridge cake a fair bit.
A lot of Nova fans out there.
Yeah.
Not as many as we have Oberth fans, apparently. But
This will help bring scale back in line too if we add this, because then there's something to go by. So delete most of that, and then we can drag these backwards.
Layer one.
Whoop.
fascinating.
And then we can connect. Nope, bridge. That's what I said. Except once you connect, then it can't bridge anymore because dumb.
So then you have to undo twice.
And then Max leaves weird artifacts on your screen because reasons.
Yeah, well, it's just learning what to ignore.
This will not show up later.
Right.
Connect. Oh god. Oh god. Save.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Say.
Boop. 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 This isn't really important, but it's whatever.
Oberth. I said Oberth.
Someone's asking if we can get the Captain Proton ship for something at some point. We have long dreamed of doing a Captain Proton themed update, like doing a whole holodeck thing. I would love to do like a holodeck season that's got like Dixon Hill and Captain Proton. The amount of artwork that it would take to get that done is ridiculously high, unfortunately, because we can't really reuse stuff we already have. Maybe we could pull some stuff from Champions, but I still think it's something we want to do someday.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, getting our sphere.
Oh.
Whoa!
Too big. Whoop.
There you go.
Science.
Uh,
So you just change the number of segments to make it a angrier sphere.
yeah. Oh, nope. No, I'm
Max
non-uniform.
can always add add them back in later after the fact. Easy.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the triangle-y thing and the I know what move is and I know what rotate is. The triangle thing just resize?
Oh, this is scale. So I can scale in any given direction, or in 2 directions at once,
Oh, neat.
or 2 different directions, or I can scale everything at once.
Super neat.
Yeah. Pretty clever tool.
I feel like that thing needs to have a giant antenna coming out of it. I don't know why.
I'm trying to get past the Flash Gordon. I think
That's true. That's true. I can
science
see that.
portholes are getting us too into Flash Gordon now. I don't know.
They're really cool, though. Well, it's up to you. You are the artist designing this. Don't let me sway you.
Yeah. We're not trying to get too much input.
Yeah.
No, I know. I mean, Hector would do something cool with them. I think it's an interesting idea. Maybe they shouldn't be circles. Maybe they should be.
Well, for your choice,
I don't know.
Yeah, do what you need.
Full-sided duplication of this. And
This is also where, like, okay, we're kind of at a point where we kind of like it, but we don't really sure, and we need some fresh ideas. We're kind of running low on ideas, so this is where we go back to our reference, because there's going to be other stuff that we can pull up.
Way to go,
So Floston, big cruise ship, we don't need that. That's a weird thing. This is what we had before. There's our old rising
it's always
ship.
good to draw ideas from stuff that you have already as well. It's got some cool big cylinders in the bottom there.
Yeah, some
Engines
concentric
stick out a bit.
rings.
Yeah, it's already.
Little nub wing.
Yeah, it's already got the subspace foils already.
Yeah,
so
bigger.
Perfect.
So cool.
You
We're
already justified
we,
your design.
yeah, that's right. It's canon.
That's how we knew it the whole time.
Yep. See, there's some little fins. We're going bigger fins, maybe, but maybe we would reshape our fins to look something more like this rather than the big
And that can
kind
help
of.
in the more detailed concept.
Yeah, there does seem to be a theme of lots of little circles on the Rysian ships. Like if you look back at the Corvette, you can kind of see them.
Yeah, there's a couple of little circles.
And they're on the sides as well.
Missed
There
that.
it is. See on top of the front struts, there's those 8 little circles.
Yeah. Little
Oh, these, yeah.
plasma vent looking things.
Mm-hmm. That's also I mean, a lot of that is what we're talking about when Jim and I was talking about like scale and making it feel like, oh, well, now it feels too big. How do we make it feel, or feels too small? How do we make it feel big again?
Yeah.
Add little details like that. It's not really something we would do in the white box phase necessarily, but totally something we would do eventually.
And after taking that same exact part
Future boat.
from the smaller ship and putting it on the bigger ship and leaving it the same size. So
Yeah.
there's
There's the
Actually,
comparative
design
side.
language.
Yep, you see
forget
it, and
future
you don't
boat. We
change
want
the size
like
of the
concept
features
boat.
'cause it's a big ship.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. No?
That is not what I was going for, but
Contemporary.
modern concept boat.
What's that Rolls Royce yacht?
Which one is
Left-ish. That down one?
this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Ooh.
that about?
That's
Ooh,
kinda
got
crazy.
propellers in its engine.
Yep.
lights. Hey.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
that's pretty rad.
Cool.
That is super rad.
Huh.
But like, look how much cooler the concept looks than
Yeah,
what
the
you know
actual
than the
execution.
actual thing.
Yeah.
It's still neat, but that's kind of cool with a little dip down the front.
Yeah.
All right.
I do like the dippy.
All right.
Modern boat.
Just so you are aware, Nick, we have passed the hour point, and it seems like you
Okay.
want to continue working, so
Yeah, I'm
we'll
fine.
say you have 50 minutes remaining.
Okay. Futuristic boat. Oh, we can also look for sci-fi boat.
Mm.
What do we have for sci-fi boats?
All right. That's an interesting one. Futuristic ocean boat.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
one? Just the right one.
This one, yeah.
Interesting shape.
Lots of
A lot
glass.
Open space on it. Yeah, that's cool.
Not a terrible idea. We could do something like that.
Yeah.
A glass paneling on it that you can see some sciencey bits on the inside. It's always a good move.
Lego sails.
Sweet.
I love the crazy.
I like this with big triangles. I hadn't considered big triangles. We could
big
do.
triangles. It's got science balls on it.
It's got science balls on it. It's true.
Yeah, you shoot those to make the shields go down.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
This I learned from every Star Wars video game ever made.
That thing's weird.
RTK, I said 50.
Nope. I want to go. Wait. Oh. No, I just check out what's under science boats, sci-fi boats. I mean.
Oh, hey.
How about that? They are sci-fi boats.
Yeah.
Sci-fi boats.
Future boats.
Space boat.
Space boat.
Stop it. Go
Space
back.
boat. It's just like a boat, but it's in space.
I know when we were designing the luxury liner, we looked at Treasure Planet stuff.
Oh
That's some
god, those ships
inspiration.
are so pretty.
That's where we got. That's what we really wanted to do. The space
Helipads. That's what we're missing. Helipads.
Do it.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then we get to design a fighter or like a.
Science fighters.
It'll be a research
Sweet.
boat. Just
Mhm.
it's this big yellow ugly thing that just
It's like a submarine.
It just carries a submarine around.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, there's a Ryza boat. Has palm trees on it and everything.
Oh wow. Eat the rich.
Interesting.
That's an interesting design too.
Lots of swoopies.
Many swoopies.
Yeah.
Lots of swoopies.
Yeah, yachts or fancy future yachts or.
But
what's
a
good-
tender Capri thing, it's not really great for what we're doing, but that's a cool design. The red one?
This one?
Yeah.
Some interesting shapes.
Oh, I see. We're looking at the back.
Oh, okay. Got some solar stuff in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's.
That-
That doesn't look.
What is that?
I think.
Oh, it
I think
flipped
it's
over.
not supposed to look like that.
That's the one right below it.
They're doing the same things that we were doing. We're like, well, what if we flip it over and mirror it?
Oh no, it's real life. We shouldn't have done that.
Hydrofoil's doing cool stuff.
I like the little angle switch. at
The little
very end.
tips, yeah, that's kind of cool. These are the kind of things too where we wouldn't. Maybe we'd model that in, or maybe we'd just say screw it, and we'll when we hand over our model, we'll hand this concept or this piece of art to Hector as well, and say, hey, we just thought these tips were kind of cool,
Absolutely, yeah.
and that saves us work from having to make it, and Hector can draw those tips in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be seeing a lot of little changes like that
Oh,
laid
yeah.
out in the final version.
For sure.
Oh, we didn't consider adding a Zeppelin to our boat.
Ooh.
That seems
Do you see the
interestingly
dragon one?
appropriate.
It's from Cloud Atlas, I guess. On the far left on that row you were just on.
Oh, oh wow. Yep,
Yeah. That's neat.
that is neat. More Flight of the Navigator. Oh, more genitalia.
That
That happens.
that's just invading our planet.
That's an airplane.
Yeah, there was actually these were concepts for a while of making jet-powered boats that were basically airplanes on water.
Interesting.
Um,
The Russians tried that.
yeah, it
How'd it go?
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Swan boat.
Swan boat.
Hmm. Hmm.
There's that one from a different angle that you were looking at with the
That was upside down.
pontoons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, this was the one.
Laryngitis, that's a good idea. I will pass it on to some content people. Ground TFO that takes place in the concourse, because then or the Ryzian.
Oh, uh-huh.
That gives us a reason to build it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Cool.
then we can use it as a ship bridge.
Okay, so takeaways. I don't know. Science boat. I think they're all going to look
For
like boats.
science.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all
Very
look very
similar.
Woods-Holy.
Okay.
Sci-fi
One thing they
research
do
vessel.
all kind of have that screams science boat is that like top squared off like command bridge
Right.
looking thing.
Tons of radar dishes and
Yeah.
antennas. And, yeah, just pile all of their science bits in one spot.
Okay, I'm not digging the portholes.
Goodbye, portholes.
We'll always remember you. Wait, what were those?
I'm considering what if we do those on the sides
Ooh,
instead.
Scoops on the side.
Yeah.
They're not deflectors, I guess, at that point, though.
That's okay because we have other deflector options. You made a hole in front for a deflector.
Yeah, maybe.
I could see some sciencey power that does some
Yeah.
sciencey forward, facing.
Or it's sucks
Whatever.
up I don't know something.
Yeah.
Sucks power from the enemy ship into your
Mhm.
scoops.
That'd be
Mostly
cool.
it's fun to say scoops.
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 Dude, yeah,
Oops.
absolutely.
Touch that.
Nice.
So Ian, you do a lot of effects work too. Is that
Yeah.
similar to what this is? How do you design an effect? Ian? Tell us the whole process in
Oh,
5
man.
seconds.
I mean, It varies so widely, right? Those effects include things like some passive engine trails to the active power, to the hit impact of a phaser. They're all can be all separate and unique. There's not a single way, right? Sometimes it is just entirely within the needs of what design is trying to do, right? We need to transfer information from the game to the player, so the player knows what's happening, or something that just is awesome and like really takes advantage of something that's on the ship, right? And often, if we're designing a ship specifically, if we come across some feature visually on it that's like, oh, this screams we need X, we need this to be something that the players get to use. You know, it's a big cannon in the middle of a Klingon ship. Like, oh yeah, this is going to be the thing, right? Or like, the Andorian ships have the big wing cannons. Like, we're going to build this entire power set around these.
Yeah.
It's a lot like ships, where we discuss what we think looks cool. We play around, find inspiration.
Yeah.
Somebody was playing some game and they used a power and on some character in a MOBA. And that was fun. That was cool.
Let's do that in space.
Let's start there as a starting point, right?
When you're designing something like, say, for example, the big sunball on the Terran ship, does that start as like a ball in 3DS, and then you have like add stuff to it?
Often, yeah. Well, it'll start as a sphere itself, and then we'll add the rippling energy that's around it as layers of particle effects, which are basically just little flat planes of geometry that have texture on it that are moving around.
Neat.
And we'll layer that. Good effects we'll set up a system where you hit the button and then that activates the effect, and the effect goes through a list of basically like frames of an animation that says, do this now, make this thing bigger, and change the texture on another geometry piece. And you do it enough in clever ways, and eventually you get something that feels like an explosion, or feels like a charge up, or whatever. Yeah. So. Yeah,
I love that the swarm mode ships are all those little like flat plane things. That's a really cool hack.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah. We have to make it work in real time, render in real time, and not make people's computers chug.
Explode.
Yeah, because we don't really.
Because people still play our game on like.
Yeah. And we don't have the luxury of simulation.
Yeah.
We can't have like that amount of processing information. It's just no matter what kind of computer you have, it's not going to happen 60 times a second.
Yeah.
It just won't. So. Yeah. All right. I'm feeling that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know. I'm just messing around.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what it's about,
messing around is good.
Oops.
All right.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, well,
Trying to figure out how to add the deflector in the front, because I feel like it should be, it's like forehead deflector instead of chin deflector.
Could that be where one of your portholes goes?
Yeah, we could try adding just a big dumb cylinder. Whoop. It's funny that these are all turning blue here, because on my machine they all turn different colors every time you add a new object. So.
Oh yeah.
Some setting is weird.
But it's also kind of interesting because they actually all match, whereas normally they wouldn't. They would all be random weird colors.
Which can be useful for telling pieces apart.
Yeah, for sure. But also terrible when you're looking at it and going, does my ship look good? I can't tell because it's rainbow.
Maybe.
All right.
It just told a lie. Are you slicing it there?
Yeah.
Yep. So that we can get a taper on it or something.
Oh, neat.
Oh, why did that? What's going on? Stop it, Max.
Uh-oh.
Save.
Save.
Why did you do?
Why you do this?
Why you do this? This is called isolation mode, and when you select one object, you can hit a key to basically only look at that object, and hides everything else, which is really handy. Because I thought something might be weird with it, but it seems to be okay. Oh, why?
That's the tape we
No.
were looking for.
No, because it's doing it on the second piece for some reason. I don't understand.
Yeah,
And my undo isn't working. Why isn't undo working?
Ooh, it's not good.
That's bad.
Okay, we're gonna quit out and come back.
Okay. That doesn't count as a max crash because we did it voluntarily. All right. Can you hit just people over there so we're not on a black screen?
Sorry. Just people.
Just people who need people. All right, how you feeling, Nick? Been about an hour you've been working on this ship.
Yeah.
Are you feeling good? You feeling that I've been staring at this thing for too long?
Yeah, I'm probably to the point. I'm getting towards the end of like my creative juices, it seems. But
Your limitless, boundless creative juices.
well, it's just in the time that we have. If we were doing this for real, I would at this point basically set it aside and start another thing just to try something else.
Yeah.
But at this point, with the amount of time left that we have, we don't have time to start over. So we're just going to keep kind of forcing it with this. Forcing it with things doesn't always work out very well, but we're going to try it anyway because whatever.
Oh yeah. Often the strategy is work on it a bit and then step away.
Yeah.
Take a break,
Let it
do something
marinate.
else.
Yep.
Okay, try that, then try this, and now actually move backwards. See, that's what I was
Yay,
going
there
for.
it is.
Okay. So the question is, that looks dumb. So can we could FFD it, sure.
What does FFD mean?
Freeform deformation, but I don't know that that's going to do what we want it to do.
So what does freeform deformation do?
So it puts this box around the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
It'll be easier to demonstrate on the whole object, but basically I can select just the verts of the box, and it will bend everything inside of the box along that way. So it keeps the upper parts are where they are, but the lower parts are moving. So we could. Is this what you meant when you were
just
something like that?
Hector in a lot of his concepts, he'll make a shape,
Yeah.
rough shape. It's kind of smooth, and then just start FFDing it, and then keeps things from being flat.
Yeah.
That's the intention. And like these ships don't have a ton of flatness.
It's more that I want that. I like the deflector being there. I don't like the cylinder sticking out for it. So I'm not quite sure how to integrate that well.
Well, now could be a good time to ask your special celebrity mentor.
Well, special celebrity mentor.
This is great. He's doing great.
Oh, see this, and see moving things around. This is how we find it.
That's
So
cool.
now we cut this in. We're going to do the most dangerous thing you can do in 3D Pseudo Max. We're going to Boolean, which is
What does that mean?
terrifying. So you take one shape. So we're going to take this thing out here into a new object, and I'm going to close this end
So
off.
we're making a stencil
Okay.
in a way to
And I'm going to bring this back here and flip it. Oops, nope, I made that an object. I want to do this and flip it.
right now he's making basically a shape to use as a cutout. It'll
Okay.
subtract that volume, that three-dimensional shape from whatever you
So
put it in.
I made a giant stupid cylinder, and I'm going to select my ship.
Save.
I'm going to save. And I'm going to come into compound objects, and we're going to use pro Boolean or Boolean, one or the other. And I'm going to say subtract, and I'm going to pick the other thing, and I'm going to say,
Fingers crossed.
please delete this.
Hey!
Undo.
And this is the problem with it. So we're going to try Boolean now, because that one didn't work. And we're going to,
The big silly cylinder on the front does kind of give
Where
it
did
the,
it-
like, what's the word? Not Space 1999. Yamato look.
and we're going to delete that. Hey, there we go.
Hey!
Okay. So now I can convert this back to poly.
Save.
I'm going to save.
That's actually, you've made a very cool shape there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it can work
It
really well.
also like really messed up. It triangulates everything, which is terrible. And we try to avoid that. But I think that works for what I was going for with the deflector, where I didn't want the cylinder sticking out of that shape.
Yeah.
I think the inside is a great.
So I'm going to do this.
Oh shoot, Nick, could you hit with game over there?
Oh, no one's seeing anything I'm doing.
Oh no, we're getting wonderful narration and no shit.
Look at this cool thing that we have.
Look
now.
at this cool thing we made.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, my bad. I should have reminded him.
If you just let them look at blackness, we would have been fine. Basically, we just added this three-eyed raven shape at the front for the deflector
The way
dish.
we did it was very complicated and scary. I'll
Yes.
never see it again. I'm sorry.
Yep. I think we're mostly there. We've got our bridge cake. We've got our deflector.
Spoopies.
Everything is triangulated, so I don't want to work with it anymore. We've got some nacelles. I think, if I were doing this for real at this point, I would probably try to beef up these nacelles a little bit. They feel a little undersized for the mass of this thing.
Yeah.
The scoops, I want to like them more than I think I actually like them.
I think maybe it's because they're a little flat.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something off about them. I don't think that's going to do what I don't know.
Yeah.
It needs something back here. Even if these were not there, it would still need something there to fill in that space. Otherwise, it's too samey all the way across.
Yep.
Things like panel lines and stuff would definitely be decided in the illustration part of the concept.
14 more fins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do more fins.
But yeah, you could have a series of small fins. It could be.
We could also just oops.
Let's see, this is artistry, folks.
Swoop these back.
I think I'm pretty close to done here. I'm gonna mess with this, and
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
Great. Now we'll find a way to mess it up. It's always the case. Yeah,
I do like the inset deflector dish. I think that's great.
now I want it to be on the bottom though. I don't know.
Fish?
Do it.
Yeah. I don't know how I do it at this point because it's all borked.
Duplicate it. Start symmetry and that's something.
We can just symmetry at this point, right? So we'll find interesting things that way. So we'll save that off. Don't instance. This is the thing. This is Max being evil. When I saved that off, it automatically selected instance, which means that anything that I do to this one will then happen to this one.
Oh.
Which is not what I want at all, but it wants to do that
It would be great if
for
you're
reasons.
doing things like I want to model this fin out.
Yeah.
And then but the ship has 6 fins. I want to model each
Yeah.
fin individually every time.
Yeah.
You can use that.
Double deflectors.
It's got big eyes now.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's cool. Oh.
Oops. Nope, lost it. We're back to kind of where we started, more rocket shape.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's very rocket shaped.
It is very rocket shaped. That is true.
Interesting.
We get into like Iconian
See,
territory.
now you can just take that whole thing. And like, this is now my new engine. Just plug
Yeah.
it in, scale it
No,
down,
totally.
do this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Very cool. All right.
I think we just gave it a back.
Oops.
Ooh. Actually, the double look is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do full round.
That, I'm actually kind of liking that.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Okay.
Interesting. Back to the F-15. Wings in the back.
That looks very like Macross
But
Yeah.
or something.
Well, we've always wanted to make a ship that rotates, that transforms into another ship. So maybe now's
Yeah.
the time.
why not? I feel like the scoops feel better.
Yeah,
They do. Not that one. This one.
Right, right.
But this is why it's good to save off those things, right? Because
Yeah.
like, it's cool that we got to this point, but if we had just been messing with this the whole time,
Never
we wouldn't have gotten there, right?
It's super different now. From the
And it's
next
cool to
one.
have all three of those because now we can kind of show that progress or whatever, and Hector can do cool things from that.
That's what it is.
Come on, Max, be nice. I don't know. Ian, you have other
I mean,
suggestions or things that you want to?
I'm feeling what you're making right here. I
Okay.
feel like maybe it's like choose one that you're feeling good about and make sure it's got all the necessary features.
The thing
Yeah.
you want.
You know, like definitely need engines. We know that. Probably needs a bridge. Is something we've
Oh, that's true.
established
Did we
in
get rid of our
engines?
engines because of that?
Um,
No, we still have our engines.
Yep.
Because the Corvette has big, huge engines because it's a big, fast ship. The Cruiser has a whole series of engines to help establish the scale, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like at this point,
All right.
maybe just choose one and then
Yeah.
kind of.
And if they're the one you're
Poke
happy
at it.
with, yeah. So yeah, poke at it for a bit if you want to poke at it.
Yeah.
I think I mean, this is probably the one that I'm happiest with at this
Okay.
point. So that's
And then I would say, just for the sake of fairness, because everybody else is going to be drawing a ship, not 3D modeling a ship, pick your favorite angle of this ship
sure.
that we will take a screenshot of when you are done
Yeah,
doing your thing.
I'm reasonably happy with it, which means I'm going to mess with it more until I'm not happy with it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how that works.
Yeah, maybe pull in the foils from one of the other ones.
I wanted to see about doing like split foils.
I dig it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Um,
Have a little bit of that sail feel,
Yeah.
but I could easily see
You
those.
can
And we
do
could-
solar panels and also hydrofoils. Yeah.
Ship
we
gets a
could
little wide.
potentially, oops,
Mhm.
we could also flatten it back into one of those aeroboat kind of things, shapes.
Ooh.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I kind of like the keel.
Yeah.
I think the keel would help set
It's
it aside, set it apart from the Corvette.
Yeah. It gives it that boat feel.
This thing's not going to be the most agile of ship. It'll be pretty agile, but
Yeah. But not
we
Corvette.
don't
action.
want it to invade the Corvette's need, you know. So I do like the foils very much.
Yeah.
Like that. Those are great.
Oops. Oh gosh. Maybe
That is a
little-
neat looking ship.
I'm a fan.
We lost our bridge cake, but we can say that's
the
it now.
bridge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So pick an angle you like. Doesn't have to be the player angle. If you
No,
don't-
I know. I'm just looking.
Yeah.
We can turn off our wireframes. We can turn off our grid. Yeah. Something like
Sweet.
that.
All right.
I'm
Cool.
a fan. You like it?
Yeah. It's all right. I like it a lot.
I think
it's pretty cool.
Can take this and run with it.
All right. Well, folks, this is the first of our 4 ships that we're going to make. Thank you, Nick, very much